Every dog loves their family, but only one person holds their heart in a way science can actually measure. The question is that person you? It's not about who feeds them or walks them. It's something deeper, a bond that changes their hormones, their heartbeat, and their sense of safety. Here are 5 things dogs do only for the human they love the most. 1. They make and hold eye contact with you. There's something magical that happens when your dog looks directly into your eyes and holds that gaze. Time seems to slow down. The connection feels electric, almost spiritual, and science tells us this feeling is real. When dogs and humans make sustained, relaxed eye contact, both species release oxytocin, the same hormone released between mothers and their babies, between partners who are deeply in love. This isn't coincidence, it's evolution's way of bonding 2 different species through the most ancient language of connection, the gaze. What makes this behavior extraordinary is its rarity in the animal kingdom. In wild canines, wolves, coyotes, dingoes, direct staring is considered an act of dominance or aggression. It's a challenge, a threat, something to be avoided unless you're prepared for conflict. But domestic dogs evolved beyond this instinct for one reason: to connect with humans. They developed the ability to hold gentle, trusting eye contact specifically as a bonding mechanism with us. Your dog's soft, steady gaze isn't just looking. It's an emotional handshake, their way of saying, "You're my person." When they seek your eyes and hold them, they're not asking for food or attention or entertainment. They're simply connecting, heart to heart, in the most intimate way they know. Watch closely the next time this happens. Notice how their expression softens, how their body relaxes, how the world around them seems to fade away. They're studying your face for cues, comfort, and reassurance. They're reading your emotions in your eyes and offering their own in return. This is love made visible. Not every dog does this with every human. Many dogs will glance at people, check in briefly, or make fleeting eye contact when they want something. But this sustained, mutual gazing, this peaceful holding of connection they reserve for their most beloved human. If your dog seeks your eyes and stays there, lingering in that quiet communication, you are witnessing one of the purest expressions of canine love. 2. They seek physical touch and comfort from you. Dogs are naturally tactile creatures, but they're also selective about who they choose for comfort. While they might enjoy petting from various people, when they're scared, tired, hurt, or overwhelmed, they don't run to just anyone. They seek their person. This behavior shows up in countless ways. They press their body against your legs when thunder rumbles overhead. They rest their head on your lap when they're feeling unwell. They curl up beside you on the couch, not just near you, but touching you, a paw on your arm, their back against your thigh, their head on your feet. This isn't random affection, it's selective proximity seeking, and it's profound. Science shows us that physical contact between bonded dogs and humans creates a mutual calming effect. Both heart rates slow down, both stress hormone levels decrease. Both beings enter a more peaceful state simply through touch. But your dog doesn't experience this with everyone, only with their chosen human. When your dog seeks physical comfort from you, they're using your touch to feel anchored. Your presence becomes their security blanket, your body their safe haven. They don't just enjoy your touch, they need it in moments when the world feels uncertain or overwhelming. Some dogs express this need dramatically climbing into laps, pressing their full weight against you, practically merging with your body when they're seeking comfort. Others are more subtle. They might simply lean against your legs as you stand in the kitchen, brush against your hand as they walk by, or position themselves just close enough that their fur touches your skin. The key isn't the intensity of the contact, it's the intention behind it. When your dog actively chooses you for physical comfort, when they move toward your touch rather than away from it, when they relax completely in your presence, they're telling you something beautiful. You are their safe place in the world. 3. They check in on you constantly. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to have a sixth sense about where you are at all times? How they appear in doorways just to look at you, follow you from room to room without asking for anything, or position themselves where they can keep an eye on you while they rest? This behavior is called the secure base effect, and it's one of the most telling signs of deep attachment. Just like human children who explore freely but return frequently to check on their parent, Bonded dogs maintain constant awareness of their favorite human's location and emotional state. But here's what makes this behavior special. They don't do this with everyone in the household. They might be friendly with other family members, enjoy their company, even obey their commands. But that constant checking in, that invisible tether of attention and awareness that belongs to their chosen person alone, watch how they monitor you throughout the day. They'll glance up from their nap to make sure you're still in your chair. They'll peek around corners just to see that you're there. They'll follow you to the bathroom, not because they need anything, but because their sense of security is tied to knowing where you are. This isn't anxiety or clinginess, it's love expressed through awareness. They don't hover nervously, they simply feel better when they know where you are. Your presence in their peripheral vision allows them to relax completely, to be fully themselves, because their anchor point is secure. Sometimes this checking in is physical, the gentle brush against your hand as they pass by, the brief pause beside your chair, the way they choose to nap in whatever room you're occupying. Sometimes it's visual, those quiet moments when you catch them, just watching you with soft, peaceful eyes. Either way, this constant, gentle monitoring is their way of staying connected to their emotional center. You're not just a person they love, you're the person around whom their entire sense of security revolves. 4. They match their emotions to yours. One of the most remarkable aspects of the human-dog bond is emotional synchronization. Your dog doesn't just live alongside you, they attune themselves to your emotional state with stunning accuracy and sensitivity. This isn't learned behavior or training. It's empathy in canine form, a biological response that researchers can measure through cortisol and oxytocin levels. When you're stressed, their stress hormones rise. When you're happy and relaxed, their entire biochemistry shifts toward contentment. They literally feel what you feel. Watch your dog's behavior throughout different emotional moments in your day. When you're excited about something, notice how their energy lifts to match yours. They become more playful, more animated, more ready for adventure. When you're sad or worried, observe how they become quieter, gentler, more attuned to your need for comfort. This emotional mirroring goes beyond simple observation. They detect changes in your tone, your facial tension, even the scent chemistry associated with different emotions. Your dog can sense when you're having a difficult day before you've said a word or made any obvious signal of distress. But here's what makes this behavior exclusive to their favorite human. While dogs are naturally empathetic creatures, this deep emotional synchronization happens primarily with their bonded person. They might be friendly and responsive to others, but they don't regulate their emotional state around everyone. They don't become the emotional mirror for every human they encounter. When your dog matches their energy to yours, when they seem to understand your emotional needs without being told, when they appear beside you with exactly the right energy for the moment, calm when you need peace, playful when you need joy, they're demonstrating a level of emotional intelligence and attachment that goes far beyond simple companionship. This is empathy made visible, love expressed through emotional attunement. They've made your feelings their compass, your emotional state, their guide for how to be in the world. 5. They sleep facing or touching you. Sleep is when every living creature is at their most vulnerable. It's when guards come down, awareness dims, and the world becomes a place of potential danger. For dogs, where and how they sleep reveals everything about where they feel safest and who they trust most completely. When your dog chooses to sleep facing you, they're keeping watch even in their dreams. When they curl up touching you, a paw on your arm, their back against your leg, their head near your feet, they're seeking the ultimate comfort and security. But this behavior goes deeper than simple comfort seeking. Many dogs position themselves strategically when they sleep near their favorite human. They place themselves between you and the door, creating a protective barrier. They choose spots where they can see both you and any potential approach routes. They're not just resting, they're maintaining their role as your guardian even in sleep. Some dogs are dramatic about this, climbing onto beds, claiming spots right beside their human, practically becoming a living blanket. Others are more subtle, choosing to sleep on the floor but positioned where they can see you, or curling up just close enough that they can sense your presence throughout the night. The key is the intentionality. Dogs have many options for where to sleep. They could choose the most comfortable spot, the coolest area, the quietest corner. Instead, they choose proximity to you. They prioritize your presence over their own comfort, your security over their convenience. When your dog falls asleep facing you or touching you, they're making a profound statement. To them, you are both safety and purpose. You're the person worth protecting, worth staying close to, worth organizing their most vulnerable hours around. Even in their deepest sleep, their heart stays close to yours. Even when consciousness fades, their love remains active, expressed through position and proximity. If you've recognized these behaviors in your dog, you're witnessing something extraordinary. These aren't just habits or preferences, they're expressions of the deepest bond a dog can form. Through every sustained gaze, every seeking touch, every quiet check-in, every emotional synchronization, every protective sleep position, your dog is speaking a language of pure devotion. They may not say the words, but through every glance, touch, and quiet moment of connection, your dog is reminding you of something beautiful. You are their favorite part of life. You're not just their human, you're their chosen family, their emotional center, their safe harbor in a big, uncertain world. This bond you share isn't common or casual. It's profound, mutual, and life-changing for both of you. In a world full of temporary connections and surface-level relationships, what you have with your dog is rare and precious, unconditional love, expressed in a language that transcends words and touches the heart directly.